Exemplifying Golden Rule service by caring for the well-being of homeless veterans, our next honoree shows unwavering dedication to our military community. Please watch.
MANA House, it's an acronym, Marines, Army, Navy, and Air Force. So basically, the name for this facility was chosen by the residents when we first opened it up in 2010. And basically how this came about is a group of veterans, homeless veterans, that were living in a shelter on Madison Street. We started the organization called Madison Street Veterans Association, banded together and created a self-help group. And I happened to be a part-time worker over at the Human Services campus near the shelter where they were staying when I found out this group got together and they wanted to help each other as veterans. I offered to help. The goal is to bring in veterans who are experiencing homelessness. We really don't like to call veterans homeless veterans because it's really not an aspect of their character. It's just an experience that they're going through at a particular period of their lives. And our goal for every resident that comes into the MANA House is for them to leave here and become independent and self-sufficient. So basically what happens when we bring a veteran into the MANA House, he sits down, that person will sit down with an action plan advisor, which are the case managers that help the veteran to devise an action plan to become independent and self-sufficient when they leave here. And that can mean going back to school and getting some training, getting back into the job market. If there are health issues, we work closely with the Veterans Administration on health and mental health issues. If they have a substance abuse issue, they may be matched up with an action plan advisor who can help them focus on becoming clean and sober and getting past that issue in their life. The average stay of a resident in the MANA House is about 8 to 9 months. Some are here longer than that, up to 2 years. We've had residents in here, especially those that have had very serious health problems, up to 2 years. And others come in here and they're only in here for a few weeks, but on average it's about 8 to 9 months.
It's a great place. It's very heartwarming, and it's a great program because without it I probably would be on the streets. It builds character to be around all these other vets and hear all these Vietnam stories. People lost limbs, and just being able to sit down and talk to them is a very life-changing event because it has me look at life in a whole new perspective, because these people went through things that you only hear stories about. Somewhere between 600 and 700 veterans have come through our doors since we opened the doors. Now those are the veterans that have actually lived on site here. But one of the things that we also do at MANA House is we open up the facility 3 days a week for veterans who are out in the community that are experiencing homelessness. They may be staying in other shelters, they may be staying out on the street, but they can come in and they can use our showers and they can use our laundry facilities. We have a clothing closet so we can make sure that they have clothing and personal need items. And of course we feed them dinner as well.
Terry has taken the approach that, our veterans have served our country and every American citizen here, and we owe it to them to help them out in any way that we can. Terry has taken an approach of never judging a veteran, no matter what their background is or anything like that, because it's the past. And what we're here to do is to move forward from this point on, to understand their past, but not to judge that.
We're still involved in 2 wars. We still have military personnel in Afghanistan and Iraq. And the Department of Defense tells us within the next few years, somewhere between 1 million and 1.5 million of those people are going to be coming out of the military. We really need to be focusing on how can we prevent veteran homelessness in the future. And I think that the entire community needs to step up to do that. Some people think, hey, we've got the Department of Veterans Affairs, that's their job, but it's not. We all need to rally our support in different ways to welcome our veterans that are coming out of the military back into civilian life and provide the support and services that they deserve and that they've earned.
What a pleasure it is for me to introduce Terry Araman from the Manor House, which stands for Marines, Army, Navy, and Air Force. Let him know how you feel about what you just saw.
It's a great honor for me to accept this award on behalf of the Manor House, but in addition to having an incredible staff, we have some wonderful staff people that are highly dedicated to helping every veteran that walks through our doors. And we also get tremendous support from Catholic Charities Community Services for our program. But really what makes the Manor House work is every veteran that comes through our doors participates in our program. And every veteran that leaves there with independence and self-sufficiency, going on to permanent housing and going on to a permanent income is really what makes the program work. So on behalf of all of the residents of Manor House, all of the 600 plus veterans that have come through that program, thank you very much.
Terry Araman.